Hello, everyone, and welcome to Film Fanatics, the podcast where we bring you the latest and greatest news about films upcoming and in theaters to this day. Now, today, this is the first episode, so it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not doing really any news. I'm going to introduce myself and some of my hobbies, and also probably 2 or 3 of my favorite films. So, let's get into it, shall we? My name is Jacob Capel. I am 19 years old and currently a student at NWTC. My hobbies include music, writing, and especially filming. So now that I've introduced myself, or at least the basics of myself, let's get into the top 2 movies on my list that I would recommend for you to see, and they are also my top 2 favorites. Number 1 would have to be The Neverending Story. The Neverending Story is something that's very close to my heart, and that is why I love the movie. It is also because it was one of the first few movies that I had seen when I was a child, and I absolutely fell in love with it. To this day, I still love The Neverending Story. Now, the story of, The Neverending Story is there is this book, and inside of the book is alive. It has characters, and there's this thing that's called the Nothing, and it's basically destroying the entire book and creating it into an entirely blank page. So, the only chance that these characters in this book have is a kid who steals it from a bookstore to read it. Now, this movie does have a sequel, which is worth mentioning, but it's not something that I highly recommend people going to see. It is a good movie, but it is not as great, in my opinion, as the first original. I highly recommend this movie to anyone who likes German films, anything that has to do with fantasy drama, and especially something that's old. The Neverending Story was a great movie inside of my childhood, and I still enjoy watching it to this very day. Now we're going to take a little break to talk about our sponsor, Ghost in a Shell. It is a movie that I definitely recommend you guys going and seeing. It is a thrill ride from start to end, starring Scarlett Johansson and Michael Pitt. It is in theaters right now. Definitely go and see this movie. Number 2, now some of you might say from how much I talk about this one that this should be my number 1, but it is still in the number 2 because Neverending Story is obviously one of my childhoods. Number 2 is directed by Denis Villeneuve. This movie I had gone in theaters to go and see, and I enjoyed it so much. It was a very fantastic movie, and it is definitely something that I recommend for anyone who loves these genres. Basically, the premise of the movie is 12 alien ships have landed around the world, and us as humans are trying to understand why they are here, but we do not understand their language. So, a linguistics teacher, Dr. Louise Banks, is brought in to communicate with these aliens and try to find out their intentions. So what's great about this movie is not only the characters within the film are trying to figure out why the aliens are here, also you as the viewer are trying to figure out, which is the case for most mystery movies. But what sets this movie apart from other mystery movies is the fact that it messes with your mind a lot. Once you get to the 3rd act, it makes you rethink everything. Everything that you thought from the beginning, everything that you thought was going to be the end is reversed. And it leaves you in this state of awe, as in like, that was the ending? Holy crap, I never thought that was going to be it. And that's exactly what the experience was for me. My mind was blown by the ending. Now, I'm not going to spoil that ending for you because this is an amazing movie, and I definitely recommend every single one of you listening to this podcast to go and see this movie. It is a sci-fi movie that has not been around in a long time, at least in my opinion. So that is a little bit about me and 2 of my top favorite movies and the ones that I recommend to you. Now that is all the time we have for today's episode. So I will see you on the next episode when I finally find out where I put my damn car keys. Spoiler alert, they're in my pocket the entire time. God, I am such an idiot.